Hi, and welcome back to the Cross Training Women Weekly Live. My name is Allie, and I'm a Christian health and fitness coach and founder of Cross Training Women, where I help women transform their body and health from the inside out using scripture based principles so that they can live fully and abundantly and carry out their God given purpose. And a big component of body and health transformation has to do with diet. And so this month I've been focusing on nutrition specifically. I've been clearing up the confusion on carbs and protein and some of the biggest myths in diet culture. So if you haven't watched those, make sure you check them out. And I've been diving even further into these topics in my private Facebook group on Thursday nights. So if you're not already a part of this growing community, you're missing out on some important nutrition information. So just let me know in the chat if you want to join, and I will send you the link. So I'm super excited for today's live because I'll be addressing another hot topic that, thanks to diet culture, there's some more confusion around, and that's, is a calorie a calorie? Or another way to put it, are all calories the same? So what do you think? Leave your answers in the chat. And if you're hesitating to put in your answer, it only just proves that diet culture has created confusion and uncertainty around this subject matter. So we all know that calories count. If you want to lose weight, you have to be in a calorie deficit. If you want to maintain your weight, then your calories are going to need to be pretty consistent. And if you want to gain weight, well then, you're going to have to increase the number of calories you consume. And I will say there are other factors involved in this that can cause your weight to fluctuate. That kind of rhymes, actually, weight to fluctuate. Anyway, but besides, maintaining our energy balance, are calories equal? So let me know in the chat what you think. Okay, so I'm sure you already know what I'm about to say, and the answer is no, not all calories are the same. Correct. Otherwise, I would eat chocolate all day long. That's funny. Right, so here's why. We don't just eat calories, we eat food, and not all foods are created equal. Do you really think that eating an apple or calories all from this whole apple is the same as eating, the same amount of calories in this apple cinnamon bar? I mean, check that out. The ingredients, apple. Ingredients, check that all out. Ugh. Such a long list of just added ingredients that you don't need. Some harmful for your health, lots of added sugar and fat, things like that. So absolutely not. One is loaded with vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, phytochemicals, and fiber, all the nutrients your body needs to function properly and optimally, and the other is just full, again, of just sugar, fat, salt, added preservatives. On top of this, their macronutrient makeup, so the ratio to carbs, protein, and fat, are completely different, and each macronutrient has vastly different effects on your body, including hunger, hormones, your metabolic effects, so things like your blood sugar, your cholesterol, blood pressure. And that's because each one of these macronutrients is broken down, utilized, and stored differently in your body. So let's take fat, for example. Calories from fat are broken down into fatty acids and glycerol, and your body uses fat calories for fuel, absorbing important nutrients and protecting your organs. But unlike protein and carbohydrates, fat calories are easily stored as fat on your body. And in addition to that, digestion costs energy, and different macronutrients cost different amounts of energy. And this is known as the thermal effect of food. So you might have heard that before, but on average, a person uses about 10% of their daily energy digesting and absorbing their food. But this percentage changes depending on the type of food you eat. So protein takes the most energy to digest. It's about like 20 to 30% of calories and protein eaten go to digesting it, and then Next is carbohydrates, so it's a little bit lower, and then fats is only like 0 to 3%. And so you've probably heard that like celery has negative calories, right? Well, the reason is because it takes more energy to digest and break down the celery than the energy or the calories that the celery contains. But not only that, if you overeat on any of these, it has different effects on your body. So, a big misconception is that carbohydrates make you fat, which is something I already discussed in a previous video a couple weeks ago. But really, complex carbohydrates are not easily converted as fat. Besides the fact that you store 1 to 2 pounds of glucose in the form of glycogen in your muscles and your liver, even if you were to exceed that limit, it costs your body energy it doesn't want to expend. It's not an efficient process, and so you end up burning it off as heat. But the same cannot be said for fat or protein. The quality of the food source also plays a factor. So, for example, simple refined carbohydrates are completely different than complex carbohydrates. Simple sugars like white bread are digested and absorbed rapidly, which causes that spike in your blood sugar, whereas complex carbohydrates like whole wheat bread are digested more slowly and support a lower, more steady release of glucose in your bloodstream. And so they have entirely different metabolic effects in your body. Eating okay, check, this is my favorite. This is a vegetable and potato snack, these veggie straws. That's what people believe. They're like, oh yeah, I'm eating veggies and potatoes. No, 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 no. This is eating veggies, potatoes, and tomatoes. Those were some of the ingredients in there. Completely different. It just like kills me that it says that and that people, believe that. I literally had a potato snack, so a baked potato right before this live. So that's completely different. Eating 100 calories of potato chips, for instance, is not the same as eating 100 calories from a potato. Besides potato chips being stripped of their nutrients and instead are full of fat and sugar, and again often contain, added food preservatives that are just detrimental to your health, it no longer has its fiber, which is key to how quickly your body absorbs and utilizes it. A baked potato, on the other hand, is low in fat, 1% fat, comes packaged in fiber and is a good source of essential nutrients. And because of its high fiber content, it's going to keep you full and satisfied and signal to your brain to stop eating, whereas the potato chips are going to stimulate the reward center in your brain, which will increase your appetite, causing you to overeat. So that's why diets like, if it fits your macros, is just garbage. Like, for real. Like, you could be eating a horrendous diet by, that's devoid of nutrients by following this guideline and think that you're practicing good nutrition all because it fits in your macros. I mean, the same could be said about like a vegan diet. You guys all know that I'm whole foods plant-based, but a vegan diet is completely different. You can be a junk food vegan. You can eat chips and soda. That's very different than a whole foods plant-based diet. So quality matters. So instead of just focusing on calories or macros, focus on food, whole food, and just thinking about what you put in your mouth as is an investment towards your health. And so for this reason, on Thursday in my private Facebook group, I'm going to be sharing some easy, healthy food swaps that you can and really should make in order to support your health and fitness goals. And so I know you'll want to hear these healthy food swaps. So make sure that you click to join the Cross Training Women private Facebook group. I'll leave a link in the chat below so that you can easily access this. So join me live Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central for these healthy food swaps. So if you like this video, you found it was helpful, you learned something, and maybe help clear up some confusion and uncertainty you had around this subject, please give it a thumbs up, and even better, share it with a friend or family. Tag them in the comments. I would really appreciate that. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Hey Michelle, thanks for joining. And I will see you guys on Thursday for the next live. on Healthy Food Swaps, or I'll see you guys on Tuesday. So thanks again for being here. I appreciate your time, and I'll see you then.